As you may know, when Citrine was added, there was a few other things added with her, like the Steplos that I really still want to hate this thing because it basically has no multi-shot and uses shotgun mods, but it's kind of acceptable. Probably the best thing about everything that came with her, and I'm saying everything, there was a shotgun, an alternate helmet, and a heavy scythe that doesn't work as a heavy scythe, which does drop from Tiana Pass, the new mirror defense mission. Or you can go and see Otak on the Necrolisk and unearth Citrine, because there it is, the Corufell and its parts. You will be able to drop the parts doing the mirror defense mission, because the only way to get a hold of the crystal fragments is of course by doing the mirror defense mission. And I had to change the video that I actually made about the Steplos because of this thing, simply down to the fact that when it comes to everything that came with her, the one thing that does the most damage at range is the melee weapon. The Corufell and the way that that heavy attack works, it just works so well. I did not see this coming. It's not, despite popular belief, a gunblade. It is a heavy scythe. Its transformation is fastest in Citrine's hands, which means firing the heavy round. I cannot get my brain around saying that, but after firing the gunblade side of this, doing the heavy attack, hence calling it the heavy round, yeah, okay. The transformation it goes through is quicker in Citrine's hands. They could have at least given it a higher attack speed that would have made this thing so much better, but then again there was nothing wrong with it to begin with. The fact that it has a 1 attack speed works pretty well. 26% crit chance, 14% status isn't really amazing. A total damage of 200 based more on the impact side of things means it's great for taking armor down, because impact is the best way to take down armor. There is something about this that just... It also, I should mention, because people keep telling me I don't know anything about Warframe, impact, what was it? It lowers the Parazon Mercy Kill to 80% instead of whatever it's at normally. It can be literally varies per enemy, if I'm being honest here. But what seemed like a bunch of weaponry, there was nothing more than gimmicks. We have the Steplos and its ability to shoot one round that has its distance reset every time it hits an enemy. It was okay, it was acceptable to me. The range was still lackluster at best, and the multi-shot not working. Who makes a shotgun that has no multi-shot to it, when all shotguns are based on multi-shot in this game? And I know that is kind of a petty thing to keep going on about with that thing, but you're talking about a weapon that is released the same time as this was, and when it comes to blast radius, all-out damage, everything else, the Corufell actually deals more damage from its heavy attack than the actual purpose-built shotgun. The Steplos does less damage than the Corufell did. Okay, it does fire a bit more often, but the Corufell doesn't have an ammo amount. It has a range that can kind of be adjusted, but I could not figure out if that actually worked for this or not. This does have a fall-off range, which can't really be fully adjusted simply because it's a melee weapon, but in all honesty, remember that fact and this thing becomes just so much better. The blast that comes out of it does 3 times the damage than the normal attack does. It is all heat based, but that's still perfectly fine. Kind of wish for the explosive side of this they had up the status, because it does still have a 14% status chance to it, and only does elemental damage, no physical damage, despite when you look at it, the heavy attack does 200 damage. But the heavy attack shoots a projectile that does 600 damage. This is why looking at weapons, I mean, it's literally on the same screen. The base damage of the weapon's heavy attack is 200. But it does 600 heat damage. Okay. It also has a wind up. It doesn't wind up, it transforms. It's like they just got to this point of the stat board and went, well, we'll just start making numbers up. And it's the little details like that that are really starting to bug me for things to do. But the weapon itself, it is a great heavy scythe. There's only 2 of these in existence, and to be fair, when it comes to them, this is the better of the 2. Hands down, in every single way. Mainly because the other one was kind of lackluster, to be 100% honest here. This made up for it. The fact that it also has a transmutation that basically means they can hopefully turn any melee weapon into a gunblade going forward. Oh, there are so many weapons I would love to see them do this with. So many weapons they can have return they could do this with, but that's besides the point when it comes to this. It just, the attack speed's really good. The range is really good. The stats on it are really good. It's not going to take out level 200 enemies. I did end up putting 2 former on this, and to be honest, just like pretty much any crit based melee weapon, Sacrificial Steel is kind of a must because it's an extra 100% crit chance over True Steel. Amalgam Organ Shatter wasn't really that essential, but it did increase the, let's call it the transformation speed of that heavy attack where it turns into a gunblade. Prime Pressure Point, kind of a given at this point, and Prime Fury. They're kind of the 4 essentials. After that, it's an elemental combo. Well, that's the elemental combo. Drifting Contact I threw on to increase the combo duration, because having that combo counter as high as you can have it before firing that secondary mode is going to help so much. And yeah, North Wind, that's because I was running viral, and yeah, okay, it may have only got up to 2015 total damage for this, with 1,365 of it being viral damage, but that meant a total of 6,045 in the Gunblade mode. Still, with 83.2% crit chance, 4.4 times crit multiplier, and okay, the status is still pretty low at 36.4%, but oh, just the way that this thing works and the fact that some of the numbers can be, let's just say, mid 250s plus of thousands of damage. Yeah. You can get more damage by swapping out Drifting Contact and having those last 4 slots all elemental. But really, that's just in there because I want to increase the combo. Hence the reason I said Sacrificial Steel, Amalgam Organ Shatter, Prime Fury, Pressure Point, kind of the basics. Throw an elemental combo of whatever you want on there, and whatever's left, you can increase attack speed more or whatever you want to do with it. You don't have to put specialist mods on to make something powerful. And this thing, sorry, if it's hitting for 250,000 damage, it's powerful. You know that moment you partway through trying to explain something and then you finish explaining it and everything goes horribly wrong? Yeah, that just happened. But if we just fire this, it's 4,000 damage. 2,000 damage. It averages about 4,000 damage without... Hang on, I need to actually be hitting an enemy here. Without building up any kind of a combo counter here. With the combo counters, it actually goes up and can do by quite a lot. The normal attacks are about 1,000. So its normal attacks are perfectly fine. Of course, this is not real world examples. These are extremely heavies and I don't have corrosive in here. Goodbye. 17,000. Yeah. Comes to something when the gunblade side of this weapon just works way better than the normal version of it, and seeing as it's a gunblade, you can basically just stand in one place and continue firing basically constantly because it doesn't have ammo to it. So yeah, out of all the weapons that came with Citrine, this isn't just the best. This is quite possibly the best shotgun, seeing as it has infinite ammo, infinite magazine, and if it had infinite range, this thing would be absolutely amazing. Why am I going backwards? The problems I had with this previously is I kept sliding forward. Now I'm actually moving backwards. I'll take it. But anyway, we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.